So go?
Ok. Là, je te vois. Et c'est trop serré dans ce cas-là.
Ouais, mais écoute, au début, je referai. D'abord, je mets un petit plan large, après je
Ok,
referai.
vas-y.
Yeah, looks like I've been on a bus all day. Okay.
Ok.
It's okay? Okay. So first we've been waiting for 5 years to have the Fragile. So what happened during all these years?
It's funny you should ask that question first. It amounts to basically Nine Inch Nails usually needs to tour for quite a while to support a record because it's really the only tried and true avenue of promoting ourselves, getting people to be aware of us. We did that with Pretty Hate Machine. We toured for an exceptionally long time on that. With Downward Spiral, we ended up touring for a little over 2 years. And we went in America from being kind of a medium-sized band to a pretty big band. And that just kind of, I think at the end of this couple of years, we were all sick of being around each other and sick of being on the road. And I started working on the Manson album, Antichrist Superstar, and we did that record, and that took longer than we thought. And at the end of all that, I was kind of burnt out, and I really I didn't feel that passionate about starting a new album, so I kind of wasted time for a little while. About a year, I did some soundtrack stuff and put off starting the new album. When I finally did start it, it ended up taking 2 years. So there's where 5 years went. And 2 years to make a record, I think, is an exceptionally long time as well. And we worked pretty much every day of those 2 years on tons of ideas because I was in the process of really experimenting and trying to. I stumbled into some new things that just took me to new places, and that went on and on and on and on, and wound up being this record.
Okay, how did you feel when it hits #1 in the charts the first week?
How did you feel, Dan? I was surprised.
I was really surprised. I don't know.
I mean, it's flattering. I don't think we belonged there, and we certainly didn't stay there very long. But it was nice to know that. I mean, I'm very aware it's been a long time since the last record, and it wasn't like a calculated thing by any means. And I do think it did damage to the career part of Nine Inch Nails. But I was pleasantly surprised that some amount of people were still interested in what we had to say.
The Fragile seems to be perfectly accomplished, considering that it has everything that does the electro-induced rock metal scene. But some people were saying that it would be the ultimate rock record. So, what did you feel about this when you were working on this? And it doesn't really open to something new. Well, some people say, like Pretty Hate Machine did at 10 years ago.
Can you rephrase that one more time?
What I want to say is that Fragile is really what we could wait for on an electro rock record. But do you think it opens to something new? Because when Pretty Hate Machine was out, it was really something new. And now, is it?
I'll argue. Well, when Pretty Hate Machine came out, I think it might be new because it combined a few different elements together. But I remember at the time I felt a bit derivative because I knew what I was listening to, and it showed up in my influence list. I mean, I could tell where a lot of the ideas came from. Downward Spiral and Broken were their own things, but when I did this one, I didn't go into it trying to emulate what I'd done in the past. I didn't try to, I wasn't that concerned if people that liked Downward Spiral would like this, because I was a different person working on this record than I was Downward Spiral. And I allowed myself to take the time to try things I wouldn't have done in the past, and had the courage to do things. So I'm not really sure how to respond to your question, or if it, but the whole way through it, we thought we were onto something that was really interesting, and we started with some really weird things, and then towards the end moved into more of the songs that are on the record, the more vocal things, and what am I saying? I like it, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, sure. Did you feel a lot of pressure because they were saying that it would be the ultimate rock and roll